Get ready for massive action because we are diving straight into the latest baseball headlines. We start with the Dodgers and the critical surgery timetable for Blake Snell. We have all the details on what the team is hoping for regarding his recovery timeline and the potential role of newcomer Eric Lauer in the lineup this week. We break down every expectation surrounding this major player's return and what it means for the team's immediate future. And why this specific pitching strength could be the key to the Dodgers chasing down that World Series title. Finally, we examine the overall offense in that tight 1-0 loss against the Padres and the patterns that managers are seeing in high-leverage situations. We break down what Dodgers general manager Brandon Gomes is saying about the pitching injuries and what the team needs to do to capitalize on those crucial moments. Don't miss a second of this action. Subscribe now and follow us for all the breaking news. Los Angeles Dodgers are closely monitoring the recovery timeline for pitcher Blake Snell, who is scheduled to undergo arthroscopic surgery on his left elbow in Los Angeles on Tuesday. The prognosis for his return, whether it will be around 3 months like closer Edwin Diaz or shorter, is dependent on the findings during the procedure. The potential for a quicker recovery is being highlighted by comparisons to other recent surgeries. Detroit Tigers ace Tarik Skubal, who underwent similar surgery on May 6, was treated by Dr. Neil L. Latrake, who utilized a smaller nanoneedle during the operation. Cody Stavenhagen reported that this smaller scope could significantly alter the procedure, allowing for a smaller incision and potentially reducing fluid requirements by an estimated 65% compared to a larger arthroscope, which can cause more tissue damage. Skubal was able to throw his first bullpen session just 12 days post-surgery. Dodgers general manager Brandon Gomes expressed the team's current outlook during a Monday press session in San Diego. "Hopefully, it's the shorter timeline," Gomes stated, emphasizing that this is the current expectation, acknowledging that a definitive answer will only be available after the surgery. In other team news, Gomes also discussed the recent acquisition of newcomer Eric Lauer. Lauer is slated to be activated during the current series in San Diego and is expected to pitch in relief this week before potentially slotting into the 6-man rotation next week. Meanwhile, Justin Turner has been playing in the Mexican League for the Tijuana Toros, hitting in 21 games under the guidance of Roberto Kelly. Turner reflected on his career, stating, "I love playing. I love competing. As long as I feel I'm serviceable and not just here for entertainment purposes, I'm going to keep doing it." Beyond the Dodgers, commentary on baseball dynamics highlighted the necessity of rivalry, suggesting that competition from opposing teams is crucial for pushing players to reach their peak performance and define their ceiling. The arrival of Yoshinobu Yamamoto has transformed expectations surrounding the Los Angeles Dodgers, moving from initial overwhelming pressure to tangible promise as the 2026 MLB season unfolds. Early in the season, the international spotlight and the massive contract placed immense scrutiny on the young ace, but recent performances suggest he is rapidly evolving into the dominant force the team envisioned. Entering a crucial series against the San Diego Padres, where the Dodgers maintain a narrow lead in the National League West standings, Yamamoto is positioned as a pivotal figure in one of the early season's most significant matchups. The growing intensity of the rivalry has already injected playoff-level energy into the National League, a dynamic significantly amplified by Yamamoto's presence. Adjusting to the intense media attention inherent in international signings, Yamamoto has navigated this spotlight effectively. Instead of relying solely on overpowering opponents, he is demonstrating increased confidence through superior command, movement, and pitch sequencing. His splitter is generating uncomfortable swings, and his ability to manage counts has kept him out of trouble during the opening months. Crucially, Yamamoto is developing the composure necessary to handle high-leverage moments, a quality desperately needed by the Dodgers, who previously lacked certainty amidst rotation questions and injury concerns. In the upcoming Padres series, Yamamoto has already logged 48 strikeouts across 50 innings, providing essential stability to a pitching staff that has contended with injuries. While Shohei Ohtani captures the broader national attention, Yamamoto is steadily establishing himself as the calming, stabilizing presence the rotation required. Dodgers games feel markedly more controlled when Yamamoto is on the mound. As the atmosphere in Petco Park is set to be one of the loudest in the regular season, the stakes are higher than ever. The Dodgers constructed this roster for championship contention, and championship teams require multiple pitchers capable of handling pressure against elite competition. With his velocity, command, and growing confidence trending upward, Yoshinobu Yamamoto is emerging as perhaps the most vital player for the Dodgers heading into a massive divisional stretch. San Diego Padres' formidable bullpen has emerged as a significant factor in the tight contest between the Padres and the Los Angeles Dodgers, potentially serving as the key equalizer for the Padres in their pursuit of a third consecutive World Series title. Despite the Dodgers' division title hopes, the Padres have maintained a slim lead, evidenced by their 25-1 record when taking a lead into the 8th inning, and a dominant 0.42 ERA in the 9th inning or later, which is the best in the majors. Manager Dave Roberts acknowledged this dynamic after the Dodgers' 1-0 loss on Monday, stating that when the Dodgers are ahead in the 7th inning, they do not lose. The centerpiece of the Padres' pitching success is closer Mason Miller, who successfully held the Dodgers scoreless in the 9th inning of the game. Miller, who leads the majors with 15 saves and a 0.82 ERA, was exceptionally effective, issuing walks to Freddie Freeman and Kyle Tucker and limiting scoring opportunities for the Dodgers. However, the Dodgers failed to break through even when Miller appeared vulnerable. Freeman noted the difficulty in scoring against Miller, highlighting that opportunities often require walks or extra bases. In a crucial moment, Miller was down 1-0 to Will Smith, but a close call ensued when a fastball was called a ball, leading to an ABS challenge that ultimately resulted in 3 strikes to end the game. The overall team statistics paint a contrasting picture for San Diego. While the bullpen is elite, the team struggles overall, sitting in the bottom 10 in runs scored 196, dead last in batting average .223, and having the 5th worst offense in baseball by WRC+, 90, largely due to underperformance from their stars. Their rotation is also struggling, tied for 20th in ERA, 4.39. Despite these offensive shortcomings, the Padres hold a 29-18 lead over the Dodgers in the National League West Division, a margin largely attributable to their bullpen performance. The game featured a key moment in the 6th inning when the Dodgers generated a chance against starter Michael King, resulting in a hit by Shohei Ohtani. But the subsequent defensive plays and the depth of the Padres' relief corps ultimately prevented a decisive run. The strategy against the Padres has been clear: avoid allowing them to establish a lead. Following King's exit, the depth of the Padres' bullpen was put to use, with manager Craig Stammen deploying Adrian Morjon for Ohtani. The Dodgers' offense, while showing flashes, struggled to capitalize, with Mookie Betts unable to cash in on opportunities. The narrative suggests that the Padres' bullpen is the critical variable in this series, offering a significant advantage in high-leverage situations. The Los Angeles Dodgers suffered a disappointing 1-0 loss to the San Diego Padres on Monday, a result that highlighted offensive struggles in a tight divisional race. The Dodgers entered the late innings in a difficult position, facing a Padres bullpen renowned for its ability to hold leads. manager Dave Roberts emphasized the need for the team to be more aggressive in capitalizing on opportunities when ahead, noting that the Padres demonstrate a pattern of not relinquishing leads, particularly after the seventh inning. The Padres' pitching depth is formidable, evidenced by their strong performance when ahead. They have a perfect 22-0 record when leading after 8 innings, and their record when leading after 6 and 7 innings is impressive, showing consistent success in closing out games. Despite a somewhat uncharacteristic start from closer Mason Miller in the 9th inning, the Dodgers failed to find the necessary momentum. Dodgers general manager Brandon Gomes provided insight into the team's mounting pitching injuries, while assuring fans that key players like Freddie Freeman and Kyle Tucker showed clutch potential in high-leverage situations, citing the performance of Will Smith, Max Muncy, and Andy Pages. Miller, a rare reliever with Cy Young potential, recorded his league-leading 15th save by escaping a jam through a fly-out, a strikeout, and a ground ball. Freeman acknowledged the difficulty of scoring against Miller, suggesting that success would depend on manufacturing opportunities, such as walks and extra base hits, rather than direct confrontation. Offensively, the Dodgers struggled significantly against the Padres' pitching staff. In the series, the offense managed only 4 hits off Padres starter Michael King and a mere 1 in the first 5 innings. Freeman detailed the complexity of facing King's arsenal, noting the variety of pitches, including backdoor sliders and front-door sinkers, which made it difficult to cover the entire plate. Momentum did briefly shift in the 6th inning when Shohei Ohtani drove in a run after a successful bunt, and Hye-Seong Kim reached third base on a single. However, Kim was stranded in the third base position, and in the 8th inning, he again reached third on a single with 2 outs, falling short of tying the score.